Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azerbaijan television with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, Ilham Ahmadov. Throughout history, Armenians were proficient in making up lies and shamelessly presenting it as the truth to the whole world, creating a spectacle from the situation. This has been the case for years, and it is likely that it will continue to be so.
Yet another fabrication, yet another lie. The statement of the Armenian Foreign Ministry dated March 24th, which reflects the accusations against Azerbaijan in connection with the alleged escalation of the situation in the region, is another attempt of this country to mislead the international community. The point is that in recent days, the suspension of gas supply due to an accident in the ancient lands of Azerbaijan, inhabited by Armenians, has led to new fabrications from the opposing side. In fact, the issue is simple. Attempts to raise the technical problems in the gas pipelines in the region to the level of humanitarian issues due to severe weather conditions for several days are nothing but another hypocrisy of the Armenians. However, such events are observed all over the world, especially in the winter months. Just a few days ago, the news across the world media read, "The gas crisis in Europe. Who's to blame for the lack of gas? Weather or COVID? Europe is facing a gas crisis due to the war." In recent days, these headlines became the nightmare for the Europeans. Concerned about the electricity and gas bills after reading the newspapers, Europeans held demonstrations against the government. Today, gasification of Azerbaijan is 97 to 98%. We also have gas problems in certain remote areas due to the accident. It is just that Armenia has been politicizing the issue for many years, while carrying out political, moral, and environmental terror against our country.
Armenian lobby organizations began to pursue a policy of moral terror. During the occupation, Armenians cut off water in the summer and released it in winter. In the summer, our villages and farmers were left without water, while in winter they released the water, causing natural disasters and floods. In other words, it shows again what an ugly enemy we were faced with.
In the statement of the Foreign Ministry in regards to this issue, it's noted that Armenia, which for many years kept the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic with a population of more than 400,000 people in a gas blockade, carried out water terror using the Sarsang reservoir for about 30 years, denied the existence of landmine maps that put an end to the life and health of hundreds of people for a long time, concealed information about the fate of about 4,000 Azerbaijanis who went missing in the early 90s, and now makes baseless accusations against Azerbaijan. This is nothing but the political hypocrisy of this country.
The high professionalism, combating ability, modern weapons and victory of the Azerbaijani army in the 44-day patriotic war are still in the spotlight of the international community, military political circles, and the world's influential media.
As a result of the perfect military strategy and tactics approved by the Supreme Commander-in-Chief Ilham Aliyev, we have put an end to Armenia's 30 years policy of aggression. In addition to leaving our signature mark in modern military history, it is no coincidence that most world-class military experts call the 44th war a drone war. This factor, which was the hallmark of success of the Second Karabakh War, shows the extent to which Azerbaijan makes extensive and efficient use of all classes of unmanned aerial vehicles. Undoubtedly, the use of these modern weapons required great professionalism and precision.
To coordinate and compare Israeli and Turkish UAVs required great skill, of course. The list of their targets was different because the destructive power of loitering ammunition is higher than that of rocket sun. Therefore, strategic and large targets were hit by Harop, while armored vehicles and other targets were mainly hit by Bayraktar TB2. But as you know, Harop is a single-use weapon, so we chose the targets that were worth hitting with Harop very carefully.
Prominent U.S. publications, The Atlantic and The Washington Post, presented the destruction of the defense fortifications of the enemy, which had been set up for many years with effective use of drones by our brave army as a revolution in the military history. Also, Max Pro stressed that Turkish-made Bayraktar, unmanned aerial vehicles and Israel-made weapons played an important role in Azerbaijan's victory in 2020. The article also quoted an article published in the Army Times newspaper as saying that precision strikes by UAVs completely destroyed enemy tanks or impeded their movement. They also stressed the importance of armor for tanks. He noted that the preference for armored tanks in the war means less losses, but the issue is not having tanks, but their technical supply. Military experts also agree unanimously that the use of drones as a tactical tool to strike only one target without integration into overall control will not yield the expected results. In Azerbaijan's experience, drones have been used for reconnaissance, targeting artillery and other missile units, creating a complete picture of the operational environment. The information from the drone is transmitted to helicopters and military aircraft, and even a small group of operating in the field has access to information from the drone, predicting the steps and intention of the enemy. The bombing of the air defense system used by Armenians in Khojavend with Bayraktar kamikaze drone was an example of high coordination. The Second Karabakh War were not only demonstrated to the world the strength and modernity of the Azerbaijan armed forces, but also dispelled the myth that the Armenian army was an invisible army. Only Shusha operation alone showed the strength of Azerbaijani army. At present, the United States, Great Britain, Germany, and other powerful countries are studying the military tactics we used in the 44-day war. They use the innovations we have skillfully applied in the war of the 21st century to modernize their armies. The military equipment of the Armenian army, which was professionally destroyed by the Azerbaijan army using modern weapons, is on display in the trophy park today. Those who are currently in a revanchist mood in Armenia must draw conclusions from the infamous defeat, which was not in the distant past, otherwise they will see iron fist again.
The provocative information disseminated by the Armenian side regarding the alleged armed confrontation with the use of UAVs resulting in the deaths of Azerbaijani army servicemen in the territory of Azerbaijan, where the Russian peacekeeping contingent is temporarily stationed, is false. According to the Defense Ministry, the Azerbaijani army units continue the process of clarifying positions and places of deployment without the use of force. The Azerbaijani army units completely control the operational situation. Embassy of Azerbaijan in Ukraine issued an appeal on the evacuation of our citizens and released the names of the documents required to obtain return certificate. It is noted that all possible measures are being taken to provide for the necessary documents for the evacuation of our compatriots in a short period of time. The certificate is issued free of charge. If money is requested in return for assistance in obtaining return certificates, this should not be put up with, and information about those people shall be provided. The European Bank for Reconstruction and Development will provide a long-term loan of up to $51 million for the development, construction, and operation of a solar electric power plant, reported EBRD. The approval of the loan by the Board of Directors of the bank is expected on April 27th. A number of other international financial institutions are expected to support the project. It should be noted that the project of Karadagh Solar Power Plant is being implemented by Master, a leading company in the United Arab Emirates. The project will add 230 megawatts of solar generation capacity to the Azerbaijani power system and provide with electricity approximately 110,000 homes. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.